Welcome back to my channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be experimenting with two eyeshadow palettes from different brands. Not even two, like three eyeshadow palettes. The first one is from Beauty Bay, and I'm going to dive into this a little bit later. And the second one is from BH Cosmetics. I am obsessed with this look. If you really like my right side, you're going to find out which brand I used for my right side. And if you're obsessed with the left side, then you're just going to find out who's going to be for my left. So let me tell you that I miss you guys so much. You cannot believe. A lot of things happened actually in my life. I quit my job and I'm unemployed. And I know that it might sound really crazy, you know, just like quitting your job during this really hard times, but it's something that I really needed. I want to devote this time to my health and visiting a few doctors. And by the way, I do like my nails. It's been a while since I've done anything to my nails and I really love it. No allergy, wearable. If you're interested, I'm gonna share my new experience, and if you're not interested, I'm still gonna be sharing this because you just skip the video if you really like it. And without any more delays, let's get back to my makeup routine. I have like a few options. The first option is going to be BH Cosmetics. We're going to be comparing BH palettes, and then we're going to be doing the comparison to Beauty Bay palette. I have one Beauty Bay palette. I actually did one review / compared two different palettes. I used Morphe palette and I used Beauty Bay palette, the colorful palette. This time I'm going to be using a little bit different, the Beauty Bay palette. Sorry, I'm just kind of like a little bit nervous. It's been a while since I actually posted anything and filmed anything. That is the reason why I want to be focusing on this Beauty Bay Fiery 42 color palette. 2.0 Fiery 2.0 eyeshadow palette. It's so beautiful. I really love it, and it has so many colors. Most of the time I did all these reviews in the past, and I'm gonna leave the links down below in the description box. You can check them out, but today we're just gonna be comparing the color, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna perform. And I was thinking about two palettes. The first one is like almost my favorite palette, the one that I use a lot. I'd say I love colorful makeup looks, but I love smoky and natural looks as well. That's why I'm using this BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This one is gorgeous. If I'm not mistaken, it's still in stock. As for another eyeshadow palette, this one is a Nouveau Neutrals 26 color shadow and blush palette. Really pretty also, but I'm gonna tell you that it's kind of old, and it has really cool colors. It has brown shades, but rosy and golden eyeshadows as well. That is the main reason why I was thinking between two of them, but I guess let me leave it for some other video. Most of the time when you try to compare some different palettes, even from the same brand, they might be absolutely different. So one eyeshadow palette can be a success and another one, it can be a disaster. That is the main reason why I'm going to be going to these palettes today, the neutral palette from BH Cosmetics and not so neutral palette from Beauty Bay. I am going to be reviewing how they perform, the payoff, how good they are over my lids. It's gonna take a lot of time and energy for me to explain every single step of my makeup. That is the reason why I'm gonna be doing this as I did like previous time. I'm just gonna do makeup, then probably explain everything with my voiceover, and then we shall see the comparison, okay?
We're gonna get started with priming. I'm using leftovers from Essence Primer and then go into my BH Beauty Bay palettes. The first shade is going to be a transition color. It doesn't really matter which one we use. Then I'm going to really beautiful, kind of a guideline as an eyeliner, and then move into my brown shades. The difference between two colors is that the left eye is going to be a little bit more pigmented with orange, and my right eye is going to be a little bit less pigmented with orange. Though you can see that there's not much fallouts for both eyes, but that's just for now. Then I'm going to another process of blending, stamping, and then moving to a little bit different color. My Beauty Bay color is more yellow, but somehow BH turned out to be a bit more yellow over lids. Then to another shade, this one is a little bit like orangey and with red undertones. I can't spot red undertone for BH Cosmetics, but for Beauty Bay, it was really pigmented. I'm playing with all those colors and then using a bit shimmers for my brow bone. Underneath, I'm using using again some brown colors. And of course I didn't forget about my inner moment, because I would need to use a little bit different eyeshadow palette from BH, because I didn't have the ones like raspberry and champagne colors. Right away I can see the difference between my left and right eye in blending, and I guess you can see it as well. And that's it. What do you think, guys?
Okay guys, I am finally ready to tell you my thoughts and my opinion. Oh my god, I love this lips. What do you think, guys? What do you think? This is a new lip gloss, actually not new. My cousin, she was visiting my parents, and then she just gave me a lot of her makeup. This lipstick is juicy. I am literally obsessed. I'm so sorry guys that I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just like enjoying what I'm seeing. Basically I'm talking about my lips. Though about my makeup, I guess you can see there's like a huge difference between my left eye, the one that I used for BH Cosmetics and this experimentation, and there's like a huge difference for my right eye. So as for right eye, it feels a little bit more blended and more cohesive. I'd say that my right eye does look pigmented. As a left eye does look pigmented as well. You can notice that this is more earthy colors. So you have a little bit more brownish, a little bit more darker, like dim shades and colors, which is not bad. Actually, if you are aiming for something like that, something like really smoky and bright and at the same time like dark, then this is a way to go. As for my right eye, it does give me a little bit different vibes, like, you know, just something orangey, fiery, as it says from Beauty Bay palette. And I can definitely say that if you use this Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette, you have a little bit more eyeshadows and a little bit more eyeshadow combinations that you can create. As for the inner corner, I wanted to add some sparkles. I wanted to add something different to match my lips, because, you know, just I needed to try out this lipstick. And as for inner corner, I really love this beautiful kind of raspberry shade, and I really love this gold inner corner moment that I have right now. As for my left eye, the color is a little bit like less pigmented. It's actually pigmented, but the shade is different. It's a little bit less bright. It's more earthy, like down to earth color. I can't say which side is better. I'd say that I love this side a little bit more, but I would have added the inner corner sparkles to this eye, and we can call it a day. Because as for like really beautiful bright lip gloss, I'd go to something a little bit less bright, a little bit less orangey, to something a little bit more kind of brownish. I do think that as for right eye, the blending moment was a little bit easier, because here there's just like a lot of colors, but I'd say that it's a little bit more blendable with Beauty Bay palette than with BH, though BH blends really well as well. And as for my final, because I'm going to conclude that, I did have some fallouts for both eyes. This side didn't have too much fallouts. Then I tapped off my brush for all shades, but here I didn't have too much fallouts. But as for my other eye, it was really easy to wipe off all the shadows, but I did have a little bit more fallouts, especially brown fallouts. But as you saw, I used just my brush with no color or just like some powder leftovers. I hope I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. I love you guys. Till my next time. Bye bye. Oh, look at that.